Good morning. Welcome to another episode of the Psychology of Financial Decision Making. And today we're going to cover kind of the difference, or just ask you to consider the difference between having conviction in a particular security and being overconfident, or having overconfident bias is another thing too. So as you can see behind me, I'm actually at a hospital this morning here in Corvallis, Oregon. So want to talk about MicroStrategy. I don't know if you guys heard about this. It's kind of an interesting story. The CEO doubled down on Bitcoin. Initially, it sounded like it went pretty well, then not so much. Incredible losses, and ultimately stepped down. And the question then became does this person have conviction, or was it overconfidence? And I think the lesson that we can learn from that is we need to beware of outcome bias. Simply because it worked well before doesn't inherently mean it's going to work well again. MicroStrategy, their stock price increased substantially. I'm sure stockholders love that. I'm sure the board loved that. But then they didn't sell any. They didn't take any off the table. Kind of like going to Vegas in a manner of speaking. It's like take your money off the table and play with house money. They didn't do that. They doubled down, and who knows what's going to happen long term. Maybe he'll end up looking like a heel. Maybe he'll end up looking like a hero. But there are a lot of questions that I think we need to ask ourselves. Is the proposed investment in line with my investment strategy? Is it congruent with my risk profile, and so forth? So that's why risk scores are super important as well. Is my bias or my overconfidence a function of fact, or is it a function of how I feel? So there are just a number of questions. We're going to have a white paper that drops on this subject that gives you even more detail. So with that, I will say cheers. It's very nice to be in 70-degree weather.